So you want to rank really highly on the Google search engine, but Google keep doing updates. So annoying. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the Google core updates. They do them several times a year. I'm going to talk about what that means in terms of your search engine results, what you need to know from a private practice point of view, and how you can write great content that's going to show up really well in the search engines. So first of all, I think one of the jobs of Build It Brilliant is to take the ideas of what happens in the big brands and the big companies with people and budgets and all of that, and kind of explain that in a way that's accessible to the smaller businesses, the solopreneurs and the micro businesses that are the helping professions and private practice. So let's get into it. Let's talk Google core updates and what you need to know. So Google do these updates several times a year, and the latest one has been in November 2023. So I thought that is why I thought this video would be a really good time to do this video. They never give you much details about what they've changed and how it's going to affect you. So if you're looking for that kind of exactly what has changed, you're never going to get that information. So let me explain what the core updates are. And I love the explanation that they give in this particular report. So where are you going to go to find about these updates? Here, Google Search Central, and I'll put a link to Google Search Central down below in the description so you can have a look. They do different updates, core updates, spam updates, and list of ranking updates. I'm going to focus on the core updates because I think that one's the most important for you to know about. So imagine, so Google, what are they doing? So this explanation here, imagine that in 2021, you did a list of the best 100 videos and then, or movies as they put here. And now it's 2024. That list is going to need a refresh because there's going to be movies that didn't exist in 2021. And there's also going to be some that deserve that kind of higher ranking than what you gave them in 2021. Effectively, that is what Google is doing in its search updates. It is updating its algorithms and systems in order to make sure that things are ranked in the order that they think is the best order. So what it will mean is that sometimes content that was performing really well, such as blogs or articles or certain things, may suddenly get a dip in their ranking and in where they show up and how they show up in Google. Alternatively, you might have content that all of a sudden has a shift in how it's showing up, and it shows up higher or better in Google after the updates. Now, if you are tracking or looking at your content and the figures, it may throw you a little bit because all of a sudden something kind of jumps up the rankings or jumps down the rankings. You think, oh, what did I do? And you're sort of looking for your answer, and the answer isn't in something that you did, it's something that Google did. They had a core update, and that is why your content is either ranking better or worse. And I think that's a really good thing to be aware of, so that you can just come to the website and just check the updates. They take about 2 weeks to unfold. So in the bigger companies, what happens is they look out for these Google updates. They kind of wait to see what happens to the content for their clients. And then they will go in and they will review their content to change it or update it so that that content is still performing as high and well as it can in Google. Now, in terms of your private practice and us little small fry, small fish, we don't have that kind of finance or that kind of hours or availability in order to go and check all of our content. But I do think the understanding of this is still really important within your private practice, because you may be looking at your figures and looking at your content and think, oh, you know, why all of a sudden did that go down or go up? without realizing that actually it's to do with the Google core updates. Now, what happens usually is the big companies then try and find out what's working and what's not as a result of that update. And that takes them a little while to figure out, because like I say, Google give you very, very little information when it comes to what the core update has changed. The bit that I do want to talk about is this bit, which is about assessing your own content. And how do we do that? And Google Search Central has a fantastic article that helps you with some self-assessment over the content that you have created. And that's this one. And again, I'll put a link to this article down below in the description so that you can go and have a look at it. So they are looking at, they want you to create helpful, reliable, people-first content. That's ultimately what they want to do. But they give you guidance as to what does that mean in the world of Google. So if you are writing an article or a blog or a press release, then you can come and have a look at these questions and see whether what you're writing is in line with these questions. Because the likelihood is, if the answer is yes, then you're going to rank more highly within the Google search results. So there's loads and loads of questions. I'm not going to go through them all in this video, but I will, as I said, leave a link to this down below so that you can go and have a look. You can also pause the video if you want to have a look at these for yourself. Either way, whatever works for you. So I wanted to point out a little bit that's kind of further down here, which is the EAT. Google has been using this and pushing this for a couple of years, and EAT stands for experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. And that's kind of what they're looking for when they're looking at the content. So that's not a specific kind of ranking factor, but it gives you that idea of the sorts of questions that Google are asking, the sorts of content that it wants you to create. And as you can see in this article, there's lots more links of things that you can go and have a look at, and lots more questions and things. So it's a really useful page to read, especially if you want to grow your business via the written word, and you want that written word, whether it be blogs and articles and press releases, to appear really highly on the Google search engines. Then it's really good to know kind of where you're going for that information and what kind of information it is looking for. So Google updates, what's important to know? Number one, they happen several times a year. There's usually a buzz in the marketing world because all of the big brand marketing people are all rushing to try and find out what effects it's had on their clients' content and how to then change it in order to get ranked highly on Google. In terms of your private practice, you're never going to have that kind of money budget or the people power in order to do that for your content. So I think for you, it's just important to know that these happen several times a year. So if you're looking at your figures and thinking, what on earth has happened here? Just go check on the Google updates and just kind of see if that's the thing that's made that difference. And I think the big thing is to look at, how do you write really good content that's going to show up well in the search engines? Go and have a look at that article, go and have a look at all of those questions that it gives you, so that then you can focus, if that's your focus in terms of growing your business and your strategy to grow your business, then you can make sure that what you're writing and how you're writing it is really good for the search engines. So I hope that has been helpful. If you like what I share in this video, please do give the video a thumbs up by clicking the like button down below. And also consider subscribing to the channel. I know that you hear this so much on YouTube channels, but it really does make a difference. So for Build It Brilliant, I produce free videos every week, and you subscribing helps those videos to get out to more people and helps me to produce more free videos. Now, for me, I don't think that this kind of information should be locked behind huge price walls for people in private practice. I love kind of demystifying the world of business building and marketing for you and helping you to reach more people, because the more people that I can help, that kind of the more people they help. So so subscribing to the channel does mean a world to me, and it does make a difference. And also it means that you don't miss out on my latest videos either. So all your support is much appreciated. that is it for this week's video. I hope that has been useful for you, and I will see you next week for the next video.